Hello, third grade. It's Miss Keeler. I hope you're enjoying all of that awesome snow that we got last night. Today in math, we're going to be working with thermometers and temperature, and we're going to be doing some problem solving to figure out the difference between some different temperatures. You will need a whiteboard and a marker or a scrap piece of paper and a pencil to help you solve some of the problems throughout this video. If you are asked to solve a problem, simply pause the video, solve the problem, and then restart the video to see if your answer is correct. This first question is asking us to read the thermometer and figure out the temperature in degrees Celsius. If you look at this thermometer, you're going to see that there's a little F up in this corner, and there's a C over here. The F stands for Fahrenheit, and the C stands for Celsius. Well, since my question is asking me the temperature in degrees Celsius, I'm going to use this side with the C. Well, in order to figure out the temperature, well, since it's below 0, I know that this is -10. This one's -12, -14. So the temperature is going to be -14 degrees Celsius. This next question is asking you to find the temperature in degrees Fahrenheit. So we're going to use the other side of this thermometer, and we're going to see this red line up here, and we're going to figure out exactly what that red line means on the thermometer. Well, I have 80 here. And I know that this next space is between 80 and 100. Well, the number that's directly between 80 and 100 is 90, which is a little more than 90 degrees. Looks like it's up here. So I'm going to say 92, 94 degrees Fahrenheit is my final answer. The next thing we're going to do is solve a problem-solving question. And the very first thing you want to do anytime that you have a word problem is read the word problem. So you always want to read the word problem, and then you want to read the question so that you know what the question's asking you. So if I read this, it says, Eric measured the temperature of his refrigerator and freezer at home. The thermometer shows the temperature of the freezer. The temperature of the refrigerator was 39 degrees Fahrenheit. How much warmer is the refrigerator temperature? So the question's actually asking me how much warmer is the refrigerator temperature. For this problem, the next thing I'm going to need to do is figure out the temperature of the freezer. And in order to do that, I'm going to need to read this thermometer over here. So I'm looking, and it looks like each of these spaces goes up by 2 degrees. And so then it looks like here's my 20, and then there's one more mark. So it looks like 22 degrees is the temperature of the freezer. The very last thing I'm going to do is figure out the difference between the two temperatures so that I know how much warmer the refrigerator temperature is than the freezer temperature. So if I take my 39 degrees, and I subtract 22 degrees from my 39, if I take the temperature of the refrigerator minus the temperature of the freezer, I'm going to get the difference of the two. So 39 minus 22, 9 minus 2 is 7, and 3 minus 2 is 1. So 17 degrees Fahrenheit is a difference, or how much warmer the refrigerator is than the freezer. This next question says, Sally poured a glass of lemonade that was 72 degrees Fahrenheit. She added ice to the lemonade, and its temperature cooled 38 degrees. What is the new temperature of Sally's lemonade? This question's asking me the new temperature of her lemonade. Well, I know that she started out with lemonade that was 72 degrees, and then it cooled by 38 degrees. So I'm going to take 72 minus 38, and I can't do 2 minus 8, but I can borrow from next door. So I borrow from next door. I can do 12 minus 8, which is 4. And then I have 6 minus 3, which is 3. So 34 degrees Fahrenheit is the new temperature of Sally's lemonade. The last question on this video says the Barton Springs pool in Austin, Texas remains a constant temperature of 68 degrees Fahrenheit all year round. If the air temperature is 81 degrees Fahrenheit, how much cooler is the pool? So I need to figure out how much cooler the pool is than the actual outside temperature. Well, the outside air looks like it's 81 degrees, and the temperature of the pool is 68. So I can do 81 minus 68 in order to get my answer of how much cooler the pool is than the outside temperature. So I'm going to borrow from my 8 since I can't do 1 minus 8. Makes it 11. 11 minus 8 is 3, and 7 minus 6 is 1. So 13 degrees Fahrenheit is the difference between the temperature of the pool and the temperature of the outside air. Thank you for working so hard throughout this video, and I hope you get a chance to get out and enjoy some of this snow today, even though it's so incredibly cold.